Robbie, back at Priestfield on Saturday. Salford City are the visitors. Carl Robinson's sides are always well organised, well structured. What sort of game are you expecting?
No, it'll be a tough game. Just like every game in League Two, it's going to be tough. They're on a decent little run, I think. So yeah, they're going to come here and want to win, and we obviously need to get out of our little downward patch that we're in. But I feel like we're playing well, so I don't see why we can't do that.
Yeah, on paper it looks like we've been struggling. Well, actually, performances in the main have been pretty good. First half at MK Dons aside, and even at Grimsby, we've been competitive and dug in with 9 men. There's not really too much wrong.
No, the last game was a bit of an anomaly. It was going down to 9 men. But yeah, I feel like the performances have been good, or good enough to get results against the teams that we've lost against. But yeah, I feel like we're in a good place and we just need to build on it.
What's the spirit like in the camp? Of course, Gareth's not back yet. Hopefully he is within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But you know, Dobbo, he knows you. A positive vibe?
Yeah, I'd say nothing's really changed since the gaffer not been here, apart from obviously his presence and his positive attitude been here. The way we go about things is exactly the same. The way we structure training, exactly the same. So yeah, it's literally just rolled over like he wasn't there.
Have you spoken to him in the last week or 2?
Personally, I've not spoken to him, but I know Dobbo speaks to him on a daily basis, and we get fed things back from Dobbo. So yeah, he is still very much involved.
Should be a good crowd here on Saturday for the Salford game. It's the last game before we have the FA Cup break, so it'd be nice to go into that break with 3 points, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, want to finish this weekend with a positive going into next weekend, as well as build a little bit of momentum to take into the Cup as well, because everyone wants to do well in the FA Cup. Just finally, we've already been to Newport this season. We pulled them again in the FA Cup. What was your reaction to the draw, or do you not really? Doesn't bother you who you're playing because that's the draw? I didn't really look at it too much until, well, obviously next week we're going to look at it a lot more, but yeah, it's another game that we want to try and win and get into the next round, and hopefully we can go on a little cup run.
Lovely. Robbie, thank you. Ben?
Robbie, just going back to last weekend first of all, obviously being a former Hull City player, losing at Grimsby must have been disappointing, but the way that the game played out, was it extra frustrating?
Like I said before, it's a bit of an anomaly what happened. But I think it showed the character that the group's got to still dig in and only concede a penalty really, and was still in the game with 9 men, which is a huge positive and a credit to the lads down there, that the togetherness and what we're building here is something special.
Did you feel that you were vindicated a little bit with Romeo Hutton's red card getting overturned?
Look, it's football. Things happen that are out of our control, and we just got to get on with it, and I feel like we did.
Then the Grimsby fans were quite vocal on social media afterwards with their opinions. I think some of them called you a dirty team. Would you consider yourselves a dirty team?
I wouldn't say we're dirty. I'd say we're aggressive, but in a footballing aggressive way, and front-footed and want to get after people. But I think that's League Two football in a way. Like, a lot of teams want to do that, and that's just the way we play, and it works for us. So I don't see why we'd stop doing it.
I guess your 21-match unbeaten run shows how hard you are to be as a team at your best.
Exactly, yeah. We don't do things like that without being on the front foot and getting in people's faces a little bit. I think you have to have a bit of that in this league.
Do you think the dip in form was always likely to happen at some point? That was a ridiculous level of consistency, I guess, to keep up.
Yeah, it was always going to happen, and I imagine it's going to happen a few more times over the season. But it's how we're going to bounce back from these little dips that we go into, and how we respond. That'll be what really sets us apart from everyone else.
In terms of your role in that, how much have you enjoyed wearing the armbands and being part of the sort of wider leadership group this season? Yeah,
it's been an honour really. Been here this long, it was nice to get the armband and lead the boys out. It does feel nice. It is a nice feeling, and hopefully, I can wear it a few more times.
I think Gareth Ainsworth described you earlier on in the season as the equivalent of a cricketing all-rounder with your versatility, and I mean even last weekend you played about 3 positions.
Yeah, look, if that's what I have to do to help the team and that's what the team needs, and I'm more than happy to do that.
Do you have a preference?
I feel like I'm doing okay in midfield at the minute, because I've got a run of games in there, and you kind of feel you get used to positions you need to be in, what you need to be doing, and yeah, I feel like I've got a good understanding in there at the minute.
Do you feel like that gives you a little bit more licence as well to, go forward and carry the ball and use your strengths there?
Yes, yeah. I feel like midfield suits me and my attributes well, but if I need to play somewhere else, then I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah, I think Andy Smith and Sam Gale certainly appreciated when you slotted in between the two of them, and obviously guys you know well, but young guys, and they certainly seem to look up to you in terms of the way that you just settled into that role so easily. Look,
they helped me settle as well. Like they're used to them positions, and I can learn off them where I need to be and how I need to help them, as well as them learning off me, dropping back in there. So yeah, it works both ways. And we've obviously heard from Richard Dobson quite a lot more in the last few weeks. Generally, I guess with Gareth being the larger than life character that he is, Richard tends to go a little bit more under the radar, but what does he bring that's so complementary really to the gaffer? He brings that calmness and level-headedness, I think. You won't see him overly excited, you won't see him in a mood. Like, he just keeps that mellow tone, and I think that's good for the boys really. When you're in a run like we are, and some gaffers might go a bit mental, or you might not be able to speak to them. Like, it might be a bit different, but Dobber's very approachable, and yeah, it's just been the same throughout. That's good. So he's keeping you calm. Is that the sort of message ahead of this weekend? Yeah, it's a long old season, and our little run that we're on now of the not winning, but it's a long season. There's a lot of games to play and a lot more points to play for. A match-up at the weekend that looks pretty tantalising on paper, with the two of you being in the playoff places and Salford in a decent run. What do you make of that one? No, look, it's the games you want to play in. Playing against the top teams and the people in and around you in the league, because you want to go above them, or you want to stay above them. So it's the games you want to be playing in. I guess the last couple of games here at Priestfield, you created a lot of chances, and masses in comparison to perhaps the team that was struggling to score goals over the last couple of seasons. So you thinking maybe a slightly better team, they might be a little bit more on the front foot and leave some spaces? We're hoping so. Yeah, we feel like anyone that comes to Priestfield, we can get after them. This is our place to play football, and we're going to try and make it hard for teams that come here to try and get it their way. They've got to come here and play our way and make it a horrible place to come and play football. Well, best of luck Saturday, mate. Thank you very much.
Have you ever played in a game like Saturday before?
I don't think I have, no.
I bet the emotions of the players on the pitch was something else, wasn't it?
Look, we was just trying to get the job done, and whatever that looked like at the end of the game, that's what it was going to be.
But to actually get through the way you did, to only lose by the way you did, is a hell of a testament to that squad of players you've got against it.
Yeah, it's a credit to all the boys involved. Look, we're always going to stand by each other and stick together on the pitch. So yeah, it's a great credit to the team.
Has there been more of a determination this week, you may have noticed, because of what happened on Saturday? Almost want to put things right against Salford?
I'd say we've always wanted to do as well as we can in each game we've gone into. So noticeably, I've not noticed anything out of the ordinary. People are still training well, doing the right things, and yeah, we're trying to go into Salford the best we can.
I guess with tongue in cheek, when you look back at what happened on Saturday, it's a good job the gaffer's had his operation already.
Yeah, but watching it, he might have sent him the wrong way.
Ben touched on obviously what's happened in the last couple of seasons. As someone who was in the middle of it, do you notice a difference this year? Because from the outside in, it seems so different, such a different club.
There's a different feeling around it. I feel like this is a lot more of a harder place to come and play football, and that's due to the fans as well. They've been brilliant from the start of the season. But yeah, I feel like the environment that Dobber and the gaffer have brought to the club has really helped everyone, and everyone has bought into that. So it's heading in the right direction.
You touched on the fans. They were so behind you last weekend. It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant to see them all travelling up to Grimsby on a Saturday. It's unbelievable.
And so Ben touched on the cup as well. As it always seems to me come around a lot quicker every year. And from a fan's perspective, we're just crying out for getting that third round and big draw.
Yeah.
I guess players are the same, aren't they?
Yeah, obviously we want to play against the big teams and show what we can do against them. but we've got to get through the first two first, and but it's a game we're looking forward to, and it's something we want to progress in.
We'll get past Salford first.
Exactly.